Okay, this is Moshe coming to you from Israel and the Galilee for the evening war report. So, what's new? We're still trying to do that pincher move and cut North and South Gaza apart. Put like a road in there that we control to stop the flow from north to south. That's, I'm sure, progress, but I don't know if it'll stop the rockets. I think it's a stage before blocking, or stopping the rockets. More troops have been brought in. 2 soldiers from Israel were killed, sadly, and the fighting is fierce and the bombing is fierce in Gaza. So now we're in a real multi-front war. Okay, we're getting occasional attacks from Syria, very occasional. We're getting occasional attacks from Yemen. That's 2 fronts. We're getting attacks from Lebanon, Hezbollah, that's the 3rd front, and Gaza, a 4th front. And we're doing fine. We're moving forward. We're not going backwards, and we're not standing still. We're progressing at a slow, steady pace because we're watching the casualties. The Pentagon said that there are special forces soldiers in Israel with the Israeli soldiers going into Gaza to help locate the hostages. Okay. That was a Pentagon official press release. They also said they sent an additional 300 troops to the area, but not Israel. They didn't state where. I don't know what country. And I don't know what the 300 troops are there for, but that's what they said. That's another Pentagon official release. Rockets still come from Gaza. We're getting, probably 200 or so a day. That hasn't stopped. We haven't gotten any more hostages free other than that one woman soldier yesterday. And Hamas is attempting to deny that we freed the woman by military action, but that's what happened. There's not much we hear from Russia, although they did occupy or fill their bases in Syria that they abandoned quite a few months ago for the Ukraine war. And that is all we know about that. They're fighting what they call ISIS in Syria, helping Bashar Assad, leader of Syria, stay in power. Let me think. We're still under missile attacks, so the Israeli people are, sort of downtrodden about that. And, please pray that the missiles stop coming into Israel. Keep praying that it'll eventually stop. The Houthis are saying they're dedicated to fighting, to help Gaza and all that. Well, they're doing the same thing Hezbollah is doing, intermittent harassing attacks. Some fruits are hard to get in Israel. It might be because the military is buying a lot of this stuff, like peaches, plums, nectarines, that sort of stuff's hard to get. Pears, apples, pretty abundant. Oranges, pretty abundant. There's some things you don't get and some things you get. And usually it's a few days and then you have them again, Let's see, the Arab media is flowing with lies and reports that you got to be real careful about believing. Their social media. And so that means they have internet. They got food, they got water. I think 69 or 60 or 69 relief aid trucks are going to be coming into the south, I guess, tonight or tomorrow. They're searching the trucks now. They're going to basically, I guess, have food and medical and maybe bottled water. I don't know. So we're continuing to press hard and harder and harder. I don't completely understand the importance of the tactic to divide North and South Gaza, but I imagine it stops them from fleeing, and would also stop them from preventing people in the south of Gaza from leaving. I think they say there's 300,000 Gaza civilians up in the north that can't go anywhere. The Hamas people say that we dropped a 12,000-pound bomb in a refugee camp. I looked at the pictures and the videos. They're on my Telegram site. And it's a pretty big hole, but I don't think Israel has any planes that can carry a 12,000-pound bomb or even close, but maybe they do now. I don't know. It looks like in some place that they dropped the bomb and the ground was collapsing, I think, in the refugee camp, which would indicate there were tunnels under there. So maybe they do have such a big bomb, and it collapsed the tunnels, and then the people were falling down in it because the ground collapsed. Now, in the refugee camp, the tunnels, I'm assuming, are not as sophisticated as they are in the in Gaza City, where Hamas is. There's still a ton of American forces here. American airplanes are coming in, big cargo planes, constantly. They're building up in Jordan, and I imagine also in Israel, although Israel doesn't release information about that, nor do the Americans. Iran is still threatening. I'm thinking. That's basically what I'm seeing going on here. So there's not really tremendous amount of change. The army of Israel is putting more ground troops in today and in Gaza. So they're not just running armor and special forces, they're running regular infantry as well. Lebanon, Hezbollah is just shooting, and sometimes it's Hamas in Lebanon, are just shooting, harassing missiles and anti-tank weapons, gunfire and stuff like that. They're making their presence felt. International opinion is really kind of divided. There's some countries that are anti-Israel and some that are pro-Israel. One guy in the American Congress said that the only way this is going to end is to send American soldiers in, boots on the ground, to fight with Israel. So then when the American congressmen start talking about it, doesn't mean Biden gives a hoot, but it means that this is being talked about in America, and talking about it is an interesting start. Will they do it? I don't know. I don't know. The Dwight D. Eisenhower should be right around the Eastern Mediterranean near Israel by now, or later tonight. And they're thinking it might stay with the Gerald Ford aircraft carrier group for a while, or it may go to the Red Sea, or the Arabian Sea, or the Sea of Oman, or the Persian Gulf, or we don't know. We really don't know. And I'm pretty sure the Americans have a pretty good idea, but they may be, flexible and go day to day with this. I don't know. So why people are starting to say it's going to stay with Gerald Ford, I don't know. Maybe they don't know what they're talking about. I just don't know. But it'll be in theater. I think there's 3 American warships in the Persian Gulf now. One is up all the way by the Mediterranean over there, topped by Egypt, and the other 2 are farther down. Yemen is a concern, a big concern. There's talk that they did a missile strike of 1,200 miles from the Houthis in Yemen into Eilat. Look, what we have to look at that is, do they really have a missile of that range? It would have come from Iran. And that means Iran has missiles to that range, and Iran could hit Israel. They have never done that. So is it possible that the Houthis snuck into Saudi Arabia, which is not all that well protected, and launched from Saudi Arabia? It is possible. And that's what I think happened. I don't think they have that kind of capability. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. Putin is a little bit on the quiet side. China is, of course, on the quiet side. We haven't heard much about Biden. Biden didn't, as far as I know, congratulate Israel on the rescue of that one female soldier held hostage that I know of, but maybe he did. That's what's going on. So Israel is pounding Gaza from the sea. They're pounding them from the ground with tanks and artillery. They're pounding them from the air with bombs. They're getting them from the north. They're getting them from the east. They're getting them from the west. And soon we'll reach the ocean, and we'll have them cut in two, and then we'll put armor on the road that goes across, east to west in Gaza, and stop the flow of them between North Gaza and South Gaza, which has got to be worth something tactically. And I think it's nothing more than a stepping stone to keep them contained. And then it continues. Remember what Biden said, that, he knows that there's collateral casualties of war in a war, but he thinks the numbers that Hamas is releasing are exaggerated, and they are. To what extent, we don't know. There's a lot of quiet and secrecy in the military because that's the way militaries operate, and they should. Why should they broadcast what they do before they do it? They've got to keep a good amount of this stuff concealed. So reading the Arab social media can get you confused because, let's say they post at one time 3 or 4 articles. 3 of them could be real, and one would be just completely bogus. You got to watch it very carefully with them, which I do. So there's a big threat if the Houthis decide to turn on Saudi Arabia. Well, then they could start knocking out oil refineries and stuff like that and get oil prices to spike. So if you want to follow the blow-by-blow details of the war, join my Telegram channel, which means you need to download the app, which is called Telegram Messenger. It's free. Then you send me an email with Telegram in the subject header. That's all you have to do. It could be a blank email. And I'll send you the invite link. And if you have the app downloaded and installed, you click on the invite link and boom, you're in the group. It's all free. Please pray for a horse. We do pray for animals. A horse named Dulce. A horse named Dulce. An eye problem. Pray for the eye problem to get healed. For the horse Dulce. And also for general health. There's apparently some sort of virus going around amongst horses. It doesn't do much to them. They get a fever, and after a few days it goes away. So pray for the horse Dulce to be healed, and the other horses in the stable too, because it's contagious. And Dulce, the horse, the eye should be healed. Okay, please pray for me and my wife Rivka for peace, safety, protection, and joy, healing. Pray for our finances. Pray for our animals and pets to be happy, healthy, and whole. And please pray that we don't have to go in the bomb shelter and we don't get attacked in our area. We live in the middle of nowhere, and it's not a target. It's a lot of agricultural land. There's not much of anything to hit. But please pray that. And I'll keep you updated. I would do a much bigger update. There's just not that. basically a continuation from yesterday, so it's not that much to discuss. So I send my shalom to all those who love Yeshua HaMashiach, and thank you for your prayers, thank you for your offerings, much appreciated. And my email address is israelgiving7@gmail. israelgiving, one word with the digit 7@gmail. It's in the bottom of the description box all the way down. And you could also find it on the YouTube channel page someplace. My videos, which are, there's less than 100 now on YouTube. There are a lot of Bible studies, and they're not in the video section, they're in the live section. So they have tabs that say shorts, live, video. You click on the live and they're all there. I have a website with a lot of Bible studies on there, on Bible prophecy pertaining to Israel. And the website is, just send me an email and I'll give you the website, it's easier. And that's what I got. And I send my shalom to all those who love Yeshua HaMashiach. And I'm out. Thank you.